Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers for next week. Lulu's transplant, Holly's secret, and more. General Hospital spoilers for next week's episodes of the ABC soap tease that more surprises are on the way. November sweeps are on the horizon, and viewers will experience a roller coaster of emotions over the next several weeks. The end of Kelly Monaco's 20-year run as Sam McCall is upon us as her impending death looms. The hospital is filled with familiar faces as Lulu's, Alexa Haven's, Transplant Day arrives. So much is happening in Port Charles. The lead into sweeps will be a don't-miss week. Here's what to expect next week on General Hospital. Next week, Lulu will get part of Sam's liver in a life-saving transplant. Family members will gather at the hospital as they wait for word on how things went. However, Alexis, Nancy Lee Gran, will be worried by the end of the week. She wants answers, but something tells us the ones she gets won't be good. Meanwhile, Elizabeth is surprised when her brother Stephen, Scott Reeves, pops up in Port Charles. It will be nice for the siblings to reconnect, but it won't last as Scott's time on General Hospital is short. Expect the end of the week to be emotional as the beginning of the end of Sam's time in Port Charles kicks off. After Sasha, Sophia Matson, tells Robert, Tristan Rogers, about Holly's, Emma Sams, claims she shows up to see him. What will Holly say for herself when she comes face to face with Robert? And when Anna, Finola Hughes, finds out she'll have a turn at the woman she's known for decades. This storyline has viewers up in arms, and we can't blame them. It came out of the blue, and Sasha was quiet for too long, which could affect her relationships with people like Maxie, Kirsten Storms. And speaking of Maxie, she confides in Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, about something big. We suspect it is about Sasha and Cody, Josh Kelly, being cousins. While those will be the front-burner storylines heading into sweeps, a few other things are still happening in Port Charles. Carly, Laura Wright, will need Brennan, Charles Mazur again. She tries to get Jason, Steve Burton, on board, but getting Stone Cold to budge on anything is difficult. Curtis, Donald Turner, is worried about Portia, Brooke Care, and he does his best to keep his promise to protect her. Be sure to tune in daily so that not a moment of the juicy drama is missed. Next week promises to be a whirlwind in Port Charles as old secrets come to light, life-changing medical procedures take center stage, and simmering tensions between beloved characters erupt into chaos. The lives of many hang in the balance, and relationships will be tested like never before. Buckle up for an emotional roller coaster as the citizens of Port Charles face unforeseen challenges, heartbreak, and surprising twists. Lulu's life-saving transplant. The heart of next week's drama revolves around Lulu Spencer, who has been in a coma for far too long. In a stunning turn of events, a donor match has been found for Lulu's much-needed transplant surgery. When Laura Collins receives the news, it's bittersweet. On the one hand, her daughter has a chance at waking up and reclaiming her life. On the other, the donor turns out to be someone very close to home, bringing conflicting emotions to the surface. The mystery of who the donor is will shock everyone in Port Charles. Rumor has it that the match is tied to a character we haven't seen in a while, adding a layer of intrigue and mystery. Laura finds herself torn, overjoyed at the possibility of Lulu's recovery, but devastated by the sacrifice another family is about to make. Meanwhile, Kevin will provide emotional support for Laura as she grapples with these difficult emotions. But even he has his limits when it comes to keeping her together. Dan Falconeri, Lulu's ex-husband, is equally shaken by the news. Though he's moved on with Sam McCall, his feelings for Lulu are still very much alive. The thought of her waking up has reignited old flames within him. He can't help but wonder what this could mean for their family, especially their son Rocco. Sam notices Dante's sudden emotional distance, and it raises concerns about their future. While she tries to remain supportive, deep down she fears that Dante's heart might still belong to Lulu. Will Lulu's transplant bring them back together, or will Dante be torn between his past and present love? Next week, viewers can expect a gripping episode where Lulu finally undergoes the surgery, with her loved ones gathered anxiously at General Hospital, praying for a miracle. Will she wake up? And if she does, how will it shake up everything Dante, Laura, and the rest of Port Charles thought they knew? Holly's explosive secret. Meanwhile, Holly Sutton's return to Port Charles has caused ripples. And next week, those ripples turn into waves. Holly has been harboring a dark secret ever since her time away, and it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. She's been doing her best to maintain a brave face around Robert Scorpio, but as their rekindled romance intensifies, so does the weight of her burden. It's clear that Holly's hiding something monumental, something that could tear Robert apart. Rumors point to Holly's involvement in a shadowy organization with ties to some of Port Charles' biggest villains. When Anna Devane starts poking around, she uncovers a trail that leads directly to Holly. She's torn. Does she expose her old friend, or does she give Holly the benefit of the doubt? This moral dilemma will leave Anna on shaky ground, forcing her to confront her loyalty to Robert as well. Holly, feeling the pressure mounting, contemplates confiding in Robert. But as fate would have it, a new threat emerges before she can make her decision. A cryptic message arrives, warning her that her secret must remain hidden at all costs, or the consequences will be dire. Desperate to protect those she loves, Holly finds herself caught between coming clean and taking drastic action to cover her tracks. Next week, look out for a thrilling showdown between Holly and a mysterious adversary as she fights to keep her secret under wraps. But with Robert growing suspicious and Anna closing in, it may only be a matter of time before Holly's carefully constructed world comes crashing down. What will happen when the truth is finally revealed? Brooklyn faces a moral dilemma. Elsewhere, Brooklyn Quartermain finds herself in an emotional quandary. Still recovering from her broken engagement to Chase, Brooklyn throws herself into her work at Deception, hoping to distract herself from the heartbreak. But as she grows closer to Harrison Chase once more, sparks fly again, leaving her questioning whether she made the right choice in ending their relationship. Brooklyn's personal struggles become even more complicated when she overhears crucial information that could destroy a key player in Port Charles. Faced with the decision to use this information for personal gain or to protect someone she cares about, Brooklyn wrestles with her conscience. Valentin Cassadine, ever the opportunist, tries to manipulate Brooklyn into using this secret to his advantage. But her heart may not be so easily swayed. Meanwhile, Chase continues to grapple with his own feelings for Brooklyn. Their chemistry is undeniable, and while he's tried to move on, something keeps pulling him back. Next week, we'll see Chase wrestling with whether to give Brooklyn another chance or to walk away for good, especially as he gets an offer that could take him away from Port Charles for a while. Will Brooklyn and Chase reconcile, or are they doomed to be star-crossed lovers, constantly pulled apart by circumstances beyond their control? Esm's next move. Esm Prince has been lying low recently, but that's all about to change. With her manipulative streak still intact, Esm sets her sights on a new target, Spencer Cassadine. Though she's playing the dutiful mother to Ace, Esm's ambitions have always run deeper than that. Next week, she hatches a plan that could get her closer to reclaiming her power in Port Charles, and Spencer finds himself in the crosshairs. However, Spencer isn't as easily manipulated as he once was. Having grown from his time at boarding school, and his involvement with Trina Robinson. Spencer's loyalty to Trina becomes his guiding light. Yet Esm's schemes could still throw a wrench into his relationship with Trina if she isn't careful. Expect a tense confrontation next week between Spencer and Esm, where she attempts to drive a wedge between him and Trina using secrets from their past. Will Esm succeed in her twisted mission, or will Spencer finally put an end to her games? Finn's heartbreak. Finally, Dr. Hamilton Finn will face emotional turmoil as a medical crisis hits too close to home. He's been through the ringer when it comes to love, and this week he faces a personal setback that leaves him questioning whether he'll ever find happiness. A health scare involving someone dear to him will bring up old wounds, forcing Finn to confront his past and make a difficult decision about his future. Port Charles is bracing for a dramatic week filled with life-changing moments, shocking revelations, and decisions that will alter the course of its residents' lives forever. Will Lulu's transplant bring her back to the world of the living? Can Holly keep her explosive secret hidden? And what consequences will unfold as secrets and lies unravel next week on General Hospital? Stay tuned.